Hello, and thank you for joining us on SCTV for the Summersville Area Chamber of Commerce Spotlight of the Month. This is a monthly broadcast where we feature one chamber member. My name is Lindsay Skidmore, Executive Director. Here today with Rhonda White. She is the Vice President of the Old Main Arts and Heritage Center, and they are our Spotlight of the Month. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You want to tell us a little bit about the history of this building that we're in?
Yes. Originally, Summersville was a college town, believe it or not. There were 350 college students here. The school was called Summersville Normal School, and the street that it was on is right off Webster and Main, and that's called College yet today. Of the 350 students, the town also only had 150 residents. So virtually every house had a boarding student plus 2 hotels that were filled. But as the school grew and the needs of the community grew, then this building came into play. The cornerstone was laid in 1913 by W.G. Brown and others. I mention him because he was the first president of Summersville Normal School and was very much a part of having this building built. The stones from the building were taken from the hillside just up the hill here from Old Main. And the school started, I'm not exactly certain of the date, but I think about a year after they began construction in 1913. It grew from very small to housing hundreds of high school students. And it stayed in full operation until the new high school over at Memorial Park was built. The building is absolutely beautiful. Now it houses tenants on the first floor, like the RSVP, Retired and Senior Citizens Volunteer Program. And there's a photography studio down there, and also a yoga studio. On the second and third floors, however, are museum rooms. And they are beautiful and fascinating to school kids that come here for tours often, class field trips, things like that. We do a lot of class reunions, family reunions. Various groups can meet here in our conference rooms, full kitchen downstairs, full dining room downstairs, and the grounds are absolutely lovely in the summertime for outdoor picnics and barbecues and things like that. So we believe that we are a centerpiece in downtown Summersville, which has, let's see, right along Main Street only, about 4 or 5 buildings on the National Historic Register, and this is one of them.
So this building here, it functioned as a high school from around 1913. When did it close as a high school?
You know, I'm not sure of that. I know it was the building of the high school over at Memorial Park.
So many years.
Yes, many years.
So many students have graced these halls, right?
That is correct. My mother graduated here along with my uncle, and of all the class pictures that we have on the walls outside the auditorium and down the halls, my mother's class is missing because she would have graduated in 1943, and there were no pictures and no yearbooks in the war year. Okay. But all the other years are still there, and the students who have graduated from here are there. Now up on the 3rd floor, and I'll show you that, is a memorial tree to one of our graduates who served us on the board, and that's Danny Meadows. But it also is a memorial tree to all the deceased members of Nicholas County High School that walked the halls here.
So, do you know about how many classrooms this building held?
I would have to count them. 6 downstairs, 7, 8, 9. I would guess around 15.
15. So now those classrooms are being used for various things. I know you've told us that there's some tenants downstairs doing, the yoga studio and so forth. Downstairs, though, you also have the conference room and the kitchen
Yes.
with the dining area, and you rent those out.
Yes, we do. And we invite all community groups that would like to rent our facilities to rent one of those. Those are smaller. This auditorium seats 250. And as you can see, it's been remodeled from what it originally was. Just for illustration purposes, we kept one row on each side in the back of the original seats. We have closed the balcony for seatings just for safety reasons, but it's substantial and is still, everything is up there except the seats.
It's beautiful in here. I love the feel. It just, you just have a feeling when you walk into this building, and it's wonderful. So here on the second floor where we're at in the auditorium, there are 2 parts of the museum. Do you want to tell us what is housed in just those 2 parts?
Yes, we've got a tribute to our service members that are from Nicholas County. And so we have bugles, uniforms, helmets, and we have a memorial tree in there that's all decorated with red, white, and blue balls. And then next to that, we have a library that was also originally a classroom. It houses books from West Virginia authors, some paintings from local artists, and conference room tables in there as well.
And this hallway here on the second floor is where you can find the yearbook photos of all of the past years. Now, as we go up to the third floor, you said there's a couple more classrooms that have been turned into the museums. What did they hold?
Oh, there are more than a couple.
Oh, more than a couple.
There's a music room that is attributed to local people of note. It has a lot of the NCHS band uniforms, majorette uniforms, majorette boots, that type of thing in that room. And then we have a very large room that was, all the things in there were donated by the Cam family. And they are exotic animals of all types. There's zebras, bears, rhinos, monkeys, snakes, a moose head that was too big to get through the door. So it's out in the hall. And then we have another room that has more animals for half of it. The other half is devoted to Campbell Electric, which was the company that originally supplied electricity to Summersville. And so we have some of their equipment and pictures and things of note in that room. We have another room that is set up like a colonial home would be. It has a bed in it, a bedroom, and it has a dining table and fireplace and rocking chairs, just things that a typical colonial home would have. It's very interesting.
I would say so. And I'm sure that third floor is probably one of the favorites among the school kids when they come on their field trip.
Absolutely. They're fascinated. It may be the only time in their lives, other than pictures, that they would get to see animals like this.
Absolutely. Well, I love that you guys are kind of preserving the history not only of this building, but of the entire community. So that is really awesome. You want to tell us a little bit about who it kind of sits on the board. I know you guys are volunteers, if that's correct.
Yes. All of the board members are volunteers. The president is Gypsy Joe Hamrick. I'm the vice president. The secretary is Audrey Williams. And the treasurer is Charlene Tyree Perry. Other members of the board are Bert Gross and Fred and Judy Ball have been on it for a long time. Kay Meadows has been on for a long time. And Kay is, it's her husband that is the memorial tree is dedicated to, and his military uniforms are in a case in the military room. Let me see, I don't want to miss anybody. Alice Akers also is on the board. And gosh, I apologize if I miss any members.
That's okay. We do appreciate all of you guys, giving up your time and volunteering just to make this happen. If anyone's interested in coming and seeing the museum and that sort of thing, would they get a hold of one of the board members?
Yes, you can call. We have a number, and it's on flyers in the hallway, but you also can call any one of those board members directly. We arrange tours by appointment, and we're not only happy to do it, we're tickled to do it, because we want, so many members of the community don't know what's really up here, and we are just so happy to show it off and happy to have groups come and visit with us for rent or for free. Either one, doesn't matter to us.
Well, I will say I've actually lived here for over 10 years, and I've never been in this building. So it's actually amazing to me, and I didn't even grow up here, but to see the history, it's really great. So I appreciate you guys doing that. You want to tell us a little bit about this auditorium that we're sitting in? It's also beautiful and very historic.
It is. It has, as you know, these gigantic windows. Gosh, I don't know how many feet tall they are, but the auditorium itself presently seats 250. With the balcony, it would have seated a lot more, and with another row in the back that we preserved, the original seats would seat more. So originally it was bigger seat-wise than it is now. Our stage here is wonderful for plays and events like that. There are dressing rooms behind and storerooms. We have our big Christmas tree back behind the curtains. We just recently got all of these draperies dry cleaned, and that was a process in itself. But the flooring and the woodwork and the wall sconces are all they were here originally. And we use this for plays, storytelling. The Chamber of Commerce is meeting in a couple of weeks to have a meet and greet with the candidates for Summersville City Council. We also have concerts. We're already planning to have an Elvis impersonator here in December, and maybe some other musical events, but we'd love to have some plays and things like that. Sure. And
so is the auditorium available for rent as well?
Yes. It's very reasonable, as a matter of fact. We rent the auditorium only for $100 a day.
Can't beat that, really.
No, not for one this large, but we wanted to keep it low because we wanted it open to the community and available.
Right. And is it fully equipped with sound and that sort of thing?
Yes, lighting, sound. We can equip anything that can fit on our stage. Christmas, we had a park bench and tree and lots of decorations, and that's when, and we'll probably have that again this December. That's when Rudy Elvis did his Elvis Christmas concert here.
I heard it was fun too.
It was fun. I think it was televised on your station, as a matter of fact.
Yes, I think it can be found on SCTV as well. Anything else that you could tell us about the foundation or the building or anything?
Well, we're taking it piece by piece, trying to restore everything. We just recently, in the last few years, replaced all the heating and put air in here so that it is now new and fully heated and cooled. We just replaced the basement concrete floor. We're anxious to have somebody donate the cost of putting an emblem or a covering after it cures down there. That would be very welcome. The city of Summersville has just donated money to fix the sidewalks, which are a little uneven. We've applied to the St. Patrick's Day Parade for a grant to replace and repair some of the windows that need it. So we're gradually doing everything that we can to make the building a permanent, nice structure for the city of Summersville and Nicholas County.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. So I know that we talked about the Meet the Candidate night that's coming up soon. I think that starts around 6 o'clock, but I think that you have maybe a surprise presentation prior to that, and you'll also have the museum open for people to come and view.
We're going to open up the museum about an hour before. Now, we will close it at the time that the event starts at about 6. But just before 6, yes, we're going to have a surprise presentation. Gypsy Jo Hamrick is the president, and she will be here. But I wouldn't even tell her what it was. It's a surprise for everyone but me.
Well, that's exciting. So definitely, if you're coming out to Meet the Candidate night, or even if you're not, stop by. The museum will be open around 5 o'clock on May 18th.
And we welcome children.
Absolutely. So come take a tour, see the surprise presentation, and then definitely stay for Meet the Candidate night as well.
And a local business has donated refreshments, so those will be available as well, and we want everyone to come and enjoy that evening with us.
Absolutely, and the VOTEC students will actually be here with some desserts and things as well. So anything else that you would like to add before we close out?
No. Old Main is a constantly evolving facility, and we welcome new ideas, new uses, etc. We're looking forward to perhaps enlarging the use of the grounds as well. So, and we've got plans for special Christmas decorations this year outside the building and down the side of the hills. So we need volunteers. We would love to have people who would like to serve on the board come forward and join us. We welcome your input. We welcome all suggestions.
Do you have set board meeting dates, or would somebody that's interested in maybe volunteering, would they just contact a board member?
They could contact a board meeting. Our board meetings are on the third Tuesday of every month at 4 o'clock. We do have special call meetings if something comes up in between, but we try to keep it to one meeting a month. I know that members of the community are very busy, but we also need all kinds of ideas and input, and that always presents a better situation for a board when there's a diversity on it.
Sure. Well, we really appreciate everything that you've done here at Old Main. It looks beautiful, and we definitely would like to encourage anyone who has not been out, or if you haven't been out in a while, to come and check out everything that they have going on.
We are happy to give a tour by appointment, even for just one person, and groups are welcome as well.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here with us today, Rhonda, and giving us this tour.
Thank you.
The Summersville Area Chamber of Commerce is a voluntary partnership between businesses and professionals working together to build a healthy economy in the Summersville area. Be sure to join us every Thursday for the Summit Media broadcast of Chamber Chat, a weekly radio program where we highlight upcoming chamber events. And continue to join us right here on SCTV every month as we feature one chamber member. If you have a business or organization and would like to be featured as the Summersville Area Chamber of Commerce Spotlight of the Month, give us a call at 304-872-1588 or visit our website at www.summersvillechamber.com.